Hey guys, welcome to Brotherhood Forged.
I'm Joey, and hanging with me is my buddy Paul.
We're just two normal guys following Jesus and trying to lead our families well.
We started this to build a place for real talk, real growth, and real brotherhood.
If you're about faith, leadership, and showing up when it's tough, you're in the right spot. If you like what you hear, hit the share button or leave a review. It helps way more than you know.
Let's get into it.
So what got me thinking about that, it's actually been something I've been thinking about quite a bit with just guys that we talk to throughout the week in our groups and stuff. There's always this motivation to do it's got to look perfect. And you want to make this, you have to hit the mark of your goal or whatever. But if you boil it down, let's talk about date night, or you're trying to do extravagant things with your wife. If you break it back down, all you're trying to do is increase connection and communication. So it's we're almost always missing these smaller, truest points, because it's got to look so big and grand. So we're talking about our age difference, and you're well, the athletic stuff's different, but it's not though, because it all boils back down to, I love health and fitness. You love health and fitness. It might just look a different way, but at its truest form, we're actually more connected than we think we are.
Yeah. And we have talked about this before, but the fact that we're 20 years apart, I look at you and I don't even think about age. You're 6 years older than my son, my only son. But the things that we have in common, like you said, I think we both have a desire to impact other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both really try to be men of integrity. And those are the things that matter. And we, really are focused on our spouse and our wives, our wives, our children, right? The things that are important. I would agree.
Yeah, I would say if you looked at, and I don't know off the top of my head what my core values are, because they've changed since the last time I've done it. But if you look at a lot of things that we do on a day-to-day basis, regular basis throughout the week, I think we align on more things there than we would not. So it's age doesn't even matter if we're looking at the same type of stuff: health, fitness, connection, and love with our wife and our children. It's those are the core things for us. So age doesn't matter. Our backgrounds don't matter. Our jobs don't matter. We're plugged into such similar paths as far as self-development goes, reading the books that we read. We're very much aligned in those too. It's
You are.
And our faith journeys, there's so many things that we're aligned with I've never really even considered the age. To me, it just didn't matter.
20 years. So core values, I have mine memorized. Obviously, they're important to me only because I created an acronym, which I'm not going to. Faith, which we share. Health, which we share. I'm not saying these are your core values, but these are mine. Authenticity, gratitude, and service to others. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're aligned.
Very aligned. I just pulled mine up because I forgot that I did a more recent exercise, and I had 6 because I couldn't cut it down. Integrity, faith, family, discipline, authenticity, and leadership through service. It says right below it. So pretty much the acts of service as well. And it's funny when you think about that. I actually like that you did the acronym, because that would help me remember mine. I just
remember them. That's the only way I can remember. Faith, right. Of course, I'm never going to forget. In health,
yeah,
but
right. Health didn't show up in mine, did it? It's in there. It's probably lumped under discipline, because I kind of cheated and I had it lump in a couple of them together to make one word that represent 2 different things.
I could have 10. I could because there's so many options, right?
Yeah. So it does. So discipline for me is train your body, your mind, and your habits. So it's all that stuff lumped into one as far as discipline goes. But dude, I was thinking about this one too, authenticity. I had a coworker that said something about the people that I meet with. He goes, you talk to them like they're just old friends. And it's I really have dove into the authenticity of it. I'm the same across the board. And I take a lot of pride in that. It's it can be hard. It can be challenging. I'm not perfect at it. There's times where things can get me off my foundation. Right. But I just tried to be so rooted and authentic in who I am, no matter what's going on around me. And that's not easy. But one thing that's always helped me stay that way is striving to be the lowest heartbeat in the room. And that's something we've heard a lot about in the groups that we're in, people just talking about. It's man, if you can really control yourself when everything around you is so uncontrollable, it feels authentic. Not to cop out and take that word, but it just feels good. It feels authentic. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I agree. And I learned that in the same group. You probably learned the lowest heartbeat in the room. And I think about that anytime I start to get heated, get excited, anytime I want to react rather than respond. I think that's a Benism, isn't it?
Yep.
Ben. I think it's a Benism.
Ben Killoyism. We can shout out Ben Killoy, man. I love that guy.
Absolutely.
He did a lot for me when I first joined, man. He was a good mentor.
Yeah, and you talk about authenticity, and that's obviously, I mentioned that's one of mine. And I definitely could say that I've not always felt like I've been authentic in the past because I was the person. So depending on who I was around is how I acted. Let's be honest, right? I had different groups I'd play out when I was playing pool and drinking and things like that. When I was playing pool and drinking, I was one guy. When I'm with the church crowd, I was a different guy. Not anymore. Right. I am who I am. If you don't like me for who I am, and sometimes I'm a little abrasive, my wife tells me, sometimes I'm a little outspoken, but that's who I am. That's who I'm going to be. And so authenticity and staying that way. And it's tough sometimes, like you said, but it's imperative. It's just who I'm going to be.
Yeah, I think of the No More Mr. Nice Guy book. He calls it something about the chameleon effect. It's like when you go from crowd to crowd and you can kind of chameleon your way to fit into that crowd. I think we've all been there, especially when you do something new, you get out of your comfort zone. It's like you want that approval, or you want to feel like you belong, or you fit in. And if you're truly authentic to yourself, you might not. And that's really hard to accept, to go into a group and be like, wow, this is new for me. This is scary. I'm out of my comfort zone. They might not like me for who I am. But if you look at the end of the day, it's like, I still like the way I showed up. I still respect the way I showed up. My family, obviously, some family can pick to leave your life or not, but the ones that are still with you, they'll probably feel the same way. They'll respect if you show up that authentic self. And I think a lot of guys that we talk to, that chameleon thing is something that a lot of people are trying to overcome as well. I think it's like a lot of regulation. Like people around you can really change the way you regulate yourself. So I just heard this somewhere else. It's don't allow external energy to change your internal energy. It was actually Coach Brian Pruitt, ladder coach. He was talking about that. It's talking about how if you're truly authentic in yourself, you don't have to worry about the external energy stealing your internal energy.
That's powerful. I've never heard that before. That's Urban Meyer's son-in-law.
Yeah,
you taught me that today.
Just learned that, man. I was floored because he was talking about his summit that he had, and he's like, "Yeah, I had Urban Meyer come out and speak to the guys," and I'm like, "All right, there's only so many Urban Meyers. Like, there can't be a different one." He goes, and then he casually slides in there. My father-in-law, Urban Meyer, was talking to his football teams. And I'm like, okay, it's the same Urban Meyer. Like, there's no way around it at this point.
That's good. Even when I was following him and in his whatever his group is in the Ladder app, I don't follow him anymore. I never heard him mention that. So that's pretty cool.
Dude, never once. I follow him in there. I follow him on Instagram because I still do his programs. Right. And then I listen to his podcast every once in a while too, because I love the stuff he puts out. Like, we're very aligned and kind of his core values and stuff as well.
Right.
And I've never heard him mention it before. So it was super cool. He threw it out there. I'm just like, okay, Joey he'll respect this. And as a Michigan State guy, I still respect it because fortunately we got the better of Urban a couple of times. Now that Urban's gone, obviously it's nothing to do with Coach Day. We're just not as good anymore. But I had some good memories watching football games with my dad when we shocked Urban Meyer, I think 2 or 3 times. And it was pretty good. He got us pretty good one time, I think, too, though.
It's a season.
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is we're going to do some short episodes as well. In addition to the long, the 25 to 35 minute podcast, we're going to try to do one of these, maybe one a week. We're shooting for Mondays. Mm-hmm. So the first one you're going to see here will be Monday, Memorial Day, 2025. So we hope you like it. Throw us some feedback if you do. But we're just trying to try different things, reach maybe different people, or maybe give you just more content and bring you aboard. So what do you got? Anything?
Yeah. I know we covered a couple of different things there, but I say to sum it up as we look at things, don't overthink and don't overcomplicate things. Because like we said, you can miss the mark of your true intention by overcomplicating it or overthinking it. A lot of times it's about just break it back down to what are you truly trying to accomplish, and don't overthink it. Just take action.
That's good. I think that's a wrap.
Thanks for listening today. We don't take that for granted.
Your support matters. You're part of something much bigger, and we're thankful you're on this journey with us.
Stay strong, stay intentional, and know you're not walking this alone.
If this challenged you, please share the impact. Growth is better together.
We'll see you next time on Brotherhood Forged.